Want to add Instagram story highlights to your profile? It's another great tool to help brand yourself when somebody visits your profile. And in this video, I'll show you how easy it is to do. All right, let's get into it. What's up, busy people? Welcome to 5-Minute Social Media. If you struggle with your social media marketing for your business, you feel like you're putting in all this effort, you're not getting any results, you're wasting time on the wrong things, you're in a great place. Every week, we put out a quick video to help you with a different piece of your social media marketing strategy. If that sounds like something you could use, take a second, hit subscribe, click that bell, and that way you'll be notified every week when we release another helpful video. My name is Jerry Potter, and by the end of this video, you'll know how to add highlights from your Instagram stories to your profile, as well as give them each a custom thumbnail so they look great when people check you out. Now, when we talk about Instagram story highlights, this is what we mean. They are on your profile, so if someone is scouting you out, they can decide whether or not to follow you. You can use it to showcase some of your best content. You can also use it to showcase different aspects of your brand. So on mine, right now, I'm offering a video for people to join my email list called the 5-Minute Facebook Facelift, and so that's there to promote that. Then I've got different content from my group members or the tribe in general, people from the YouTube channel. My life, which is basically stuff from my personal life, because I've gotten to know a lot of my clients and students personally, and I'm totally open to sharing that. Social tips, that's where I share different tips. And then the trailer is just the YouTube trailer. So those are sort of the different pieces of my brand and my life that I'm sharing there through my highlights. They're set up that way to reinforce what I'm all about, even if you never actually click and watch any of them. It's sort of a way to extend your bio by adding more things to it. Your profile will hold about 5 Instagram story highlights before you have to scroll, but you can scroll and add more, obviously. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with scrolling, although I have seen some people where it's like scroll, 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 and it's like, how many do you have? I don't know what the limit is, but I think somebody has figured it out by adding just a ton of them. So there are a couple of ways that you can add to your Instagram story highlights. One is to simply, when you're in one of your stories as it's playing, down here in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see it says highlight. Tap that. It will ask you which of your highlights you want to add this story to. So it'll show you the ones you have. If you don't have any, then you can hit new, title the highlight. I'm just going to call it new for the sake of this tutorial, and hit add. And it says added to highlights, view on profile. So even though your Instagram stories do delete after 24 hours publicly, if you add it to your highlights, it will stay there until you remove it. So keep that in mind. So I can hit done, or I'm going to click view on profile, and that'll show me right there. New, that's the one I just added. Now, obviously, I don't want to keep that, so I'm going to tap into it, and I'm going to go down here in the right-hand corner and click more. Then I'm going to say remove from highlight. Yes, remove. And boom, just like that, it's gone. The other way to add to a highlight is going into your archive. On the upper left-hand corner, you see sort of this clock rewind symbol. If I tap on that, it's actually going to bring up all of the archived stories ever since Instagram started archiving stories. So if you had one in here that you wanted to add, you can tap on it. And just like when it was in a live story, you can tap highlight, and it'll bring up those same options to add it to your highlights. If you keep adding to the same highlight, it'll just add more and more clips to that highlight. Now, the order they show up in is basically whichever one has been updated most recently. So all the way over here on the right, I have the trailer for my YouTube channel, and that was one that I put up a while ago, as opposed to the rest of these that I update more regularly. So that's why it's all the way at the end. So every time you add a new clip to one of these highlights, it'll move it to the front, or to the left, as that case may be, on your profile. Next, I want to show you how do you edit the highlight. Well, if you, again, tap the 3 little circles in the bottom once you're in a highlight and choose Edit Highlight, this is where you can choose what icon will show up, as well as take things in and out in mass. So as you can see down here, these are all the clips that are in this particular highlight. And if I want to take one out, I can just uncheck it and then hit done, and it'll be gone. I can also change the name. Maybe I want to be Social Tips with a Z, yo. Obviously I don't, but that'd be simple to change the name. And then edit cover. This is where you can change what the thumbnail is that shows on your profile. You can choose from any of the actual clips in there, and you can move them around. And this is really nice, because it used to be you had to make a specific sized image with the part you wanted right in the middle. But now you can choose from any of these. You can zoom in, kind of like you do with your profile picture, choose whatever you want,
Or you can actually use something from your camera roll that's not even in your highlights and choose it that way. Now on mine, you'll notice I mostly have photographs as my thumbnails. I just like the way that looks, although that one is obviously a graphic for my 5-minute Facebook facelift. But on other profiles, you'll actually see some people like to have icons, and a lot of people like to have super matching icons. For example, on this one from Jenna Kutcher, you can see she has a little icon for each one that she created in Canva or some sort of software program. Here's another profile from a real estate marketer, Chelsea Pites, and you can see she's made hers all this same color to kind of go with her brand. Last tip I want to give you about titling. You've only got so many characters that you can have here before it'll get cut off. For example, this one is called My Life, and I used to have it called Personal Stuff, but you'll notice on here, then that gets cut off, and I hated that, because now it's just Personal Saint, ... So that's why I changed it to My Life instead. The other thing you might want to do is actually have a slide that explains more about that highlight, just in case you don't have enough characters. For example, this one says social tips. It's not how to pick someone up in a bar. It's not how to be less socially awkward at work. It's actually social media tips. So I'm putting this slide in. And what you have to do is you actually have to put this slide in a story and then add it to your highlights to get it to show up there. But that way, when somebody clicks on it, they'll see social media tips, and then they'll start watching the story highlights that show those tips.
If you're on Instagram, I'd love to connect there. I'm at Mr. Jerry Potter. Follow me, send me a DM so I can follow you back. And another video that might be helpful for you is how to add action buttons to your Instagram profile. You can watch that right here, right now, or get the link in the description of this video later on. Consider subscribing, give this video a like. You're not only supporting me, but also my two tiny superheroes at home. Thank you for watching 5 Minute Social Media.